I'm not a Bible scholar. If my hardcover Bibles could speak, they'll say that they don't remember the last time Ethel visited them. But I love my beautiful colors, beautiful books, beautiful handwriting. So every once in a very blue moon, I jot down things that are mind calming. Mental health is a huge thing given my background. I'll not say anything more on this. So recently I went to John chapter 5. I don't know whether in the moment it was because I was thinking about an extract from Chosen I watched on YouTube, or because I just wanted to have a momentary fun with my pens and handwriting, etc., etc. But I love this story. It's just one of those there on the top of the ones I really, really love. Especially the dialogue that goes on prior to the miracle happening. In the extract, the movie is just, obviously I don't watch the whole movie, I just saw a small clip on YouTube. It's very mesmerizing, the background music and the depth and the dialogue, I mean the back and the forth and the humanities. It really is. Now, however, bearing in mind I have read this context over and over, having become a Christian at 15, well, at 9, oh sorry, I've never told you. Anyway, back to the point. This time around, I noticed something I had never seen before. This guy, or should I say gentleman, wasn't as excited as the blind guy from birth, the man born blind in chapter 9, on receiving his miracle. So that's the thing, I've been reading it over and over and again, but I just didn't see that. I didn't notice that, lack of excitement. It just wasn't there. I kept moving from chapter 5 to 9, 5 to 9, 5 to 9, because I couldn't believe it, I just couldn't. And I'm like 38 years, 38 in this kind of situation. And absolutely no sign of excitement, absolutely none. None. You just keep moving and you just see the gap, you can see the difference. They compare and the comparison, and you're like, what's going on here? What's going on? You really do. The guy blind from birth is asked how he got healed, how he received his sight. He answers with an excitement that bears a cheeky edge. I told you already. And did you not listen? Why do you want to hear it again? Do you also want to become his disciples? So the guy by the pool of Bethesda, on being asked the same kind of question, finding him, he's like, he goes to the Jewish leaders of the day, and he's like, it was Jesus. No emotions, nothing behind eyes, nothing on record of, nothing. God. And I really, really, really love this man. So this was like a slap in the face when I kept going back and forth with these two chapters. Of course, chapter 9 is my favorite because it makes me laugh every time. This guy is finally getting a one-to-one with Jesus. Doesn't even go deep with him like, the one who's born blind. He doesn't. He doesn't worship him. He doesn't make any allegiance. He just doesn't. He strangely isn't excited about Jesus. he just, God. Whew, is it age? Is it what? And I'm like, I think his first prayer request should have been psychological, because it appears as though he had taken on over the years the heartless persona of his abusers, whose ringleaders were probably the Jewish leaders, Sadducees and Pharisees. Do you know he put a hit on Jesus? Phew! That was the kicker right there. Right there. It's like I had never seen the Bible before. I've never seen this chapter before. Never. Because I was like, are you kidding me? So knowingly or unknowingly, he put a hit on him. Because, I'm not a preacher, nothing of that sort. But let me quote here, chapter 16. of, verse 16 of chapter 5, it says, for this reason, the reason, he cleared out for them that Jesus was the one who had healed him, because they had been asking, so he cleared that out. So it says, for this reason, the Jews persecuted Jesus and sought to kill him. I'll stop there. My God. 38 years. I'll kill for that. And there are so many things that have lingered concerning me, that if I go to them, sometimes I'm even like, I think I'll pass out. I'll pass out a bit from the shock. God help me that I'm prepared beforehand to receive the blessing that doesn't kill me. Because the shock will kill me, before I started going on this journey of just, almost, what is this? Somebody else read the extract and just get back to me, because, I'm just looking at what's in front of me. I'm just looking at these two, John chapter 9, John chapter 5, and I'm moving back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And this is what's jumping out of the pages and slapping me in the face. Now, every time, obviously, there's always some different revelation, but this time, that's it. Even as I was just kind of going through it, before I came here, yet again, it just keeps hitting and really hitting and really hitting, hitting hard. And it really got me thinking, are some of us too much of a risky territory for certain people? Okutusabira, are they going to have everything flipped on its head, their marriage, etc., etc., if they were to dare to pray for us? Come on. Hey, are we so mentally, something's just off, we are just so, we'll just screw them up. We just, because they passed by you last day, you just marked them in a certain way, in ugly, for life, until they are gone to heaven. Are we that sort? Is that us? Do we first, even before we say, hey, is it coming to say, first I need some psychological healing, because this, I'm going to do you a lot of harm if I don't first sort this, and then let's move to the stage 2. Some places when you go for healing, they first put you down and they teach you, like, Motunde Christian Fellowship. You sit there. And they teach you. Sometimes I never seem to quite get it, but I look at things like this and I say, hey, man, they're human beings. Takusabira gone emizimu negikuvaamu gikubafuba yena teyaza musango okusabira. Oh dear. Personally, for me that day, I would have avoided that pool of Bethsaida like a plague. Not joking. My faith is not there yet. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. Whose team are you on? Team Jesus or Team Custodians of Ancient Altars? When I'm around you, do I find myself around, i.e., the Mami Water, Illuminati, Maya human sacrificing ancient altars? Yeah, it's a mouthful, but you get it. Or, when I'm around you, do I find myself around Jesus-filled, lovely-jubbly mode of a Lazarus, Martha, and Mary kind of home? You get it. It's a mouthful. You get it. What do I find? Yeah? What do I find? Ewo nyiza okwewunzika mu bulungi. Hello? Till the next one.